Joining me now, Congressman Michael Turner is a Republican of Ohio, representing the Buckeye State's 10th Congressional District. He is chairman of House Intel. Mr. Chairman, welcome back.
Hey, Julie, thank you for having me.
Boy, we're all agog after hearing from the FBI director today. Wow.
It's an important message. He really has on Capitol Hill been making it absolutely clear that the terror threat right now is the highest that he has seen. And it's good for him to be making this public, because so many times statements like that are made in a classified setting. You're not able to openly discuss it. But what's important about him saying it is also the reasons that he's identified. He identifies our abrupt withdrawal from Afghanistan, and that we no longer have an ability to really collect intelligence about what the terrorist groups and organizations there are doing. Secondly, he also talks about the open border, that there are people who have crossed the border or affiliated with international terrorist organizations who intend to do the United States harm. And the volume of those people who have crossed the border really makes it very difficult for Homeland Security and the FBI to track these people and try to understand what they're doing and to prevent a catastrophe.
We have a clip from that hearing in the Senate today. Let's have that.
So what I would say that is unique about the environment that we're in right now in my career is that while there may have been times over the years where individual threats could have been higher here or there than where they might be right now, I've never seen a time where all the threats, or so many of the threats, are all elevated all at exactly the same time. That's what makes this environment that we're in now so fraught, and why funding our men and women who are working shoulder to shoulder with state and local law enforcement and other partners every day makes it even more important, not less.
So blinking red lights analogy about 9/11, all the lights were blinking red before 9/11. Apparently, obviously, all of us missed it. Would you say that there's multiple blinking red lights out there?
I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
Yikes. Although, Mr. Chairman, a cynic, and I am one, I admit, a cynic would wonder if this was all in service of trying to get the FISA Section 702 reauthorized.
Well, that would be a lot of drama for just an intelligence surveillance program and a bill. I assure you, having seen the intelligence in classified settings that he's giving you his opinion about in public, I concur that we are at one of the most critical times. Now, certainly, our foreign surveillance programs are important in order to be able to keep Americans safe. As you just pointed out, our Section 702 surveillance authority, which is foreign persons located outside the United States, is about to expire at the end of the year. And with the chaos that's happening on Capitol Hill, it's one of those things where not only do we have to make certain that it is reauthorized so that we don't go dark December 31st and stop being able to listen to Hamas, ISIS, and Hezbollah. But we also got to make certain that we reform the process, because there have been abuses, and we have a reform package that has bipartisan, bicameral support. We need to get the job done.
Do you think that will be done in a timely manner?
Well, it's certainly very difficult right now. I mean, the Speaker is working to try to find a path for this. I think we certainly have the votes in both the House and the Senate. We certainly have the support of the administration in the package that we've negotiated. It goes right to the heart of stopping abuses, making certain Americans are protected, at the same time continue our ability to gather intelligence on foreign groups and organizations that are threats to the United States.
Speaking of threats, Mr. Chairman, the Houthis, what are they getting up to in the Red Sea? It seems quite dangerous.
It does, and this is one of the areas where the administration really needs to step up to the plate. As you've been watching the news recently, the Houthis in Yemen have sent missiles toward Iran. They've shot missiles toward U.S. service members in the area. They've shot missiles toward U.S. military ships and facilities, and they've also most recently hit 3 commercial ships where the U.S. had to come to their aid. These rebels the Houthis are supported by Iran. They're trained, they're equipped by Iran. These are just like Hezbollah and Hamas. They're an Iranian proxy, and the administration needs to step up to the plate to stop the threat from the Houthis.
Has the administration had much to say about that lately?
No, they keep reporting what the Houthis are attempting to do and how we take down their missiles with missile defense and air defenses, but they don't take the next step of actually preventing the Houthis' ability to have these capabilities that threaten our service members, threaten our allies, and threaten Israel.
Ominous. And finally, sir, Israel and Ukraine funding. Perilous situation on both fronts. Do you think that's going to get done as well?
I do. I just left a meeting with the speaker from the Ukrainian parliament and the minister of defense for Ukraine, who's here on Capitol Hill as the negotiations are ongoing. As you know, the House's position to the administration has been funding for Ukraine, funding for Israel, and funding for Southeast Asia, which includes Taiwan, is important. But we need more than just funding for the southern border crisis, especially in light of what Director Wray is saying from the FBI of the terror threat that we have and the number of people who are crossing our borders that are a terrorist threat. The administration needs to come to the table, provide us real reforms that can stop that flow at the border. We propose what we need to return to, so we remain in Mexico. Those types of reforms would help keep America safe and people who intend to do us harm still in Mexico.
Congressman Michael Turner is a Republican of Ohio. He's the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. Thank you so much for joining me.
Truly, thank you.
Take care.